Did you hear about the news? 25% tariff that Donald Trump has announced on Indian goods? You might think it's just international politics, doesn't affect me. But actually, it can affect your job, your business, your prices at the store, even India's economic growth. In this video, I will explain what does this 25% tariff actually mean, why it was imposed, how it affects India, and what India can do about it. Let's begin. What do you mean by tariff? A tariff is nothing but a tax imposed by one country when goods come in from another country. Think of it like this. Imagine you send a package from India to the US, say rupees 1 lakh worth of clothes. Normally the buyer in the US pays you rupees 1 lakh. But now they will have to pay 25% extra as tax, which is 25,000 rupees more. So the total cost becomes 1 lakh 25,000. That extra 25,000 is what we call the 25% tariff. This makes Indian products more expensive in the US, and that's where the problem begins. Why did Trump do this? Trump said this is part of his reciprocal trade policy. In simple terms, if a country isn't supporting the US or is trading with its rivals, the US will impose tariff on their goods. Recently, India has increased trade with Russia, buying oil, weapons, etc. The US didn't like that. So this 25% tariff is like saying, India, if you're trading with Russia, don't expect easy access to the US market. This isn't a tax on Indian citizens, but yes, it affects India in big ways. Let's talk about which products are affected. This tariff covers all Indian exports to the US worth around 85 to 87 billion dollars per year. Some of the main Indian products affected include textile and clothing like cotton shades, saris, kurtas, spices like turmeric, black pepper, auto parts like brakes, engine parts, and pharmaceuticals, and also the leather goods like belt, bags, and shoes, and jewelry and handicrafts. So now these items will become more expensive for US buyers. When price rises, demand usually drops, and that affects Indian business. Now we look at how does the tariff actually work. Let's take a simple example. Say a leather bag made in Kanpur costs rupees 2000. A US store want to buy 100 of them. So in total it would cost 2 lakhs. Now with a 25% tariff, they have to pay 2 lakh 50,000, and the additional 50,000 is for tariff. What will the US buyer think? Why should I buy from India when I get cheaper bags from Vietnam or Mexico? So they might cancel the order or reduce it. That's how India starts losing export business, which can result in factory orders slow down, small exporters lose income, workers may lose job. To clear the confusion, we will discuss about who pays this tax. Here is a common doubt. Is India paying this tax? The answer is no. The US importer pays the tax to their own government, but the burden ultimately falls on India. Why? Because US buyers may reduce or cancel orders due to high costs. So India's exports drop and our exporters suffer. In short, we don't pay the tax, but we pay the price. Can India do anything? Yes, India has options, but each takes time. The first one would be negotiate. India is in talks with US government. Discussions may resume around August 25th. The second one would be explore new markets. Export to countries like UAE, Europe, but trust building and logistics take time. The third one would be WTO complaint. India can challenge the tariff at the global trade body. Fourth one would be boost domestic demand. Promote local usage of Indian goods like vocal for local. No option is instant, but long-term planning is already in motion. Why this matters to us? This isn't just about two governments arguing over trade. It's about an Indian weaver in Tamil Nadu whose order just got cancelled, or a factory worker in Surat waiting for the next shipment, or a student dreaming of a job in export business. These are the people who feel the real impact of policies like this. So yes, this 25% tariff to you, to me, and to every Indian who wants to see our country grow. If this video gave you a clarity, drop a like. Share it with a friend who thinks tariff is just a fancy English word. Comment below, should India negotiate or go ahead and promote local goods? And don't forget to subscribe to GRK Brain Boost. Thank you.